Ohio, northern Ohio, Georgia's cold tonight. In Ohio, northern Ohio, Georgia's cold tonight. She's freezing. Freezing.
Yeah.
Okay. You're still freezing? You want to go turn the heat up? In Ohio, northern Ohio, Georgia's freezing tonight. In Ohio, northern Ohio, Georgia's freezing tonight. She's freezing.
Aw, Felix said, it's Jeremy.
What's up, Poppy?
Hey, Poppy.
What's up, Ozzy?
Auntie loves you.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We ready to roll?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, we're good. And we are live.
Is that Maria Holcomb? Hi, Maria Holcomb.
Hey, Maria.
Sha la 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 la.
Aw, they're waving at the phone.
La, my brown-eyed girl. All right. Well, George. Crazy temperature change here in Ohio.
It's freezing in here. It's freezing.
So
freezing.
should we tell them what happened this morning? It's so cold. Now you saw me get the unit in Columbus, $250 I believe, and then I had to bring it back and I sorted it in the garage so I had a barrier to protect me from the weather because we're in 25-year record temperature, low temperature weather here in Ohio, and it was so cold the equipment wasn't even working. It all shut down. But today what I had to do is take all the garbage out to the curb for the garbage man to come tomorrow, which is a lot from this unit. And George wanted to come out and help me, but she about got frozen within the first 15 seconds or so, and I was all bundled up.
My glasses got all fogged up.
My glasses were okay, but that's because they're special glasses just for going out in this kind of weather. I had snotsicles. My eyelids literally were freezing shut. It was absolutely crazy. So George said, no more going and buying any units today.
No, it's too dangerous. They shut down schools until Friday.
Okay,
only what, Wednesday?
Not only schools got shut down, we also went to try and go to the scrapyard just to get rid of some of the metal from the units too, so we could move that. So we had something to do today. And
even they were closed.
They were shut down. I couldn't even get rid of the scrap metal. It was all shut down. So not much got accomplished today, but one of the things that we did do is get into the Yahoo email account. And those of you that actually message us in Yahoo, you know it takes quite some time to get back with you because there's hundreds and hundreds of communications coming at us from Facebook and Yahoo and YouTube and all kinds of different venues. And so it takes time to get there. But we did get there, and specifically giving attention to what, George? The training. The training.
Oh, today we focused on the upcoming eBay training.
eBay training. eBay 101. So we were excited to announce earlier this week during last Sunday's live Q&A that we are going to be hosting and holding a very exclusive, for a very elite subscribership group, eBay 101 training. And those spaces are going to be very, very limited. Very limited. there's a design behind that as well, because we want to be able to give you the actual attention that you need. So that being said, some of you who have already messaged about those spaces and wanting to hold a space, the way that we're going about that is there is going to be a registration fee. So George, what's the registration fee?
The registration fee is only $29.
Okay, but that's not much. What's it cover? What's it
what
cover?
It covers, well, the training is obviously free, but your registration fee is going to cover all of the supplies that we provide. Food and drinks will be supplied, and then
from storage units, food and drinks
don't
from
listen
storage
to 'em.
units.
And then you'll also get a What the Hales t-shirt. I mean, how do you go wrong? And on top of that, the day of the training happens to fall on Jeremy's birthday, so it'll be a celebration. 42.
42nd birthday. So
You look 32.
and I feel 72. But it might have something to do with the weather. So the $29 fee, it lets us know that, number one, you're serious about holding that spot. Because it's exclusive and it's limited, we have to know that you will be there for sure. And again, it's going to cover your food for the day, your supplies. We are going to give you and equip you with supplies. You're going to get handouts, things along those lines, and you're going to get a What the Hales t-shirt as well. So it ought to be a ton of fun. Now, those who have already got a confirming email today, you said, Jeremy, hold me a spot. You got an email back that said, hey, here's what you need to do. You need to send $29 to this PayPal account to hold your spot. You will be receiving a confirming email after that saying, all right, your spot is held. This is what you need to know. This is what you need to bring. So in regards to that, stay tuned, because that information is coming. No doubt we're going to have a ton of fun, and you're going to want to be there, if not for the information and the education, at least to get a selfie with George would be my guess. But there are going to be giveaways and freebies as well.
Yes.
And probably some of the things that you have seen in storage units, you'll have an opportunity to take home with you. That being said, we're doing it all for free. So others have said, and subscribers have said, Jeremy, why aren't you creating and writing books? And why aren't you charging for the education? I love
It's his passion.
I love educating, equipping, and encouraging people. And so I don't do this for money. I don't want the money from it. I don't need the money from it. I do it because it fulfills purpose in my life. And I'm glad to have George along with me for that purpose. So, without further ado, George, we probably should get to some of the comments, don't you think?
Yeah.
Let's do it. What we got going on?
Our number one fans, Meerkat, and her two little boys are on. They say hello.
Hi, Meerkat. Hi, little boys.
Big Boy Bushcraft is on. He wanted to know if he should strike his lighter and sway it back and forth when you're singing.
Yeah, big boy. Absolutely. I would if I were you.
Old Car Auto Guy, hello from Canada. What's the weather like out there?
It's got to be even colder in Canada. Have you gotten the Arctic push and this polar wind up in Canada as well? Right now we've got negative 35, negative 40 wind chill, which is insane. My eyelids were freezing shut. It took me about half hour to get all the garbage from the garage to the curb. But one of the reasons is because I was so bundled up, I looked like Ralphie from the Christmas Story. I couldn't bend, move, anything. So
Marie Holcomb is in
Missouri, I believe.
Missouri.
MO is Missouri, right? Or would that be Montana? No, MN would be Montana, right?
Geography wasn't my greatest
Well,
subject.
MO
in the house.
we'll let you get away with that, seeing as you're from Egypt.
Adrian is saying hello from the UK.
Hi, Adrian.
It is Minnesota. MO is Minnesota.
Okay,
because
perfect.
Susan Seifert is from Minnesota.
I actually did an eBay training up in Minnesota as well. So I had an organization that flew me up there. Boy, this would have been about 10 years ago. And they got a whole bunch of people together, and it was an entire weekend training teaching them how to maximize their profit. And so what I would do is I would say, hey, it costs this much to have me come and train you. And if somebody was serious, they would go, okay, we'll pay you. And then I would go, all right, you don't owe me a thing. You just have to cover my travel expenses. And I would go and I would do it for free. And I did that up in Minnesota in about 3 foot of snow. It was insane.
Sherry Mayberry wants to know, where do you sell jewelry that is 10K, etc., or sterling silver?
You want to answer that one? Or do you want me to
Well, I know
it?
that you used to have a jewelry lady, but I think she retired.
So I did sell gold and silver and even costume jewelry to a local coin and jewelry dealer, and I had a good relationship with her, but she's no longer in business. So the best place to actually sell that jewelry, if you want to get the best price, it's going to be on eBay. Again, eBay opens you up to a world market. It's not just local. You're opening yourself up to everyone around the world who's looking for that item. So you'll get a better price there. I was just of the opinion that I wanted to support my local businesses, and yeah, I wanted to make a profit, but I wanted her to make a profit as well. I am all about entrepreneurship. I am all about small businesses, big businesses, medium businesses, and growing and sharing that business. So the best place to do that is eBay if you want to maximize your profit. If you don't care about your profit margin, then you can sell that locally to a jeweler or anyone else along those lines.
Marie Holcomb says she has 1,700 eBay status, always things to learn. Yes.
Nice.
You're never too old, never too busy to learn something. I agree with that. I learn something new every day from this man.
And I learn what not to do from this woman.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means don't ever go into the bathroom when a woman is in the bathroom.
Yeah, shred of privacy.
So don't ever do that. No matter how bad you have to go, don't do that. Don't go outside when it's sub-zero temperatures and get snotsicles and eyes frozen together like this.
Adam says, hi from Lorain, Ohio. That's not too far from where you grew up.
Adam, I grew up in Elyria, Ohio.
Over, right?
One city over. I was in Elyria, Ohio. I actually still own property. I have rental property over in Elyria, Ohio. So I grew up in the Eastern Heights area, if you're familiar with that.
L. Jack says, hello guys, yay, caught you live. Well, welcome to our live show.
L. Jack!
This is one of the bonus live shows.
This is a bonus because it's so cold. She said no storage units today. So, and I'm not sure I'm going to get one tomorrow either. We'll see. And if I do, I'm not going to tell her.
He's from New York State, I think.
New York State?
State.
You said
steak. Did you say steak?
You said steak.
I did say steak. I've got
Are we
steak
having
on my
steak?
mind.
We had Bob Evans today for lunch. We used a Bob Evans gift card that we got out of a storage unit.
Manif says, hello from Dubai, guys. All the way from Dubai.
Dubai?
That's crazy. What time is it there?
Yeah, what time is it in Dubai?
That's on our bucket list, right? To go to Dubai?
There's a lot on our bucket list. Everywhere but here on the bucket list.
Wendy UK, hello, JNG, XXX.
Wendy, are you from the UK? I always see the UK at the end of your name, and I always wonder if you're from the UK, which you probably have told us before. But remember the volume of communication we get. I can't remember everything. Uh-oh, did you lose your spot?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Vivian Dinsmore says, Jeremy and George, I am in Florida. To us, 40s is cold. I cannot imagine your temps. I love you guys. Come to Melbourne. I would love to work with you. It would be a blast. My girlfriend moved from Ohio to Tampa, Florida, and she said that once it gets to the 50s, people are wearing earmuffs, scarves, heavy jackets, boots.
Have you seen all the memes on Facebook right now about Florida? You know, the weathermen are saying, oh no, national emergency, make sure you bundle up in layers and don't stay out in the weather long term. It's like, what, 40 degrees? We would love that right now.
Thrill the Hunt is on the chat. Hey.
Any more good safes, Thrill the Hunt?
Yeah, you haven't updated us with your treasure hunts. Real Talk Mentor says, hi, George.
Do you think Real Talk Mentor is from Mentor? I bet he's from Mentor, Ohio. Or are you a mentor? George, I can see you. Good eye, Adam. Good eye.
Scott Smith says, hello, Jeremy and George. Glad I could catch some of the show after getting home. Do not go outside. It's cold, baby.
It is
We left
so
the house once today.
cold. Scott, I've been gnawing on a chunk of Swiss cheese all day. As a matter of fact,
have it right
as
here.
a matter of fact, I'm not the only one that's been gnawing on cheese all day. Look, Scott, there we go.
Cheddar's my favorite, so we're having the cheddar with some
cheddar.
crackers.
She's got the raw milk cheddar over here once she finishes off the mild. So
yeah, grapes and cheese are my favorite snack. So thank you so much.
We sure do appreciate it.
Thrill the Hunt.
Good eye, Thrill the Hunt. Good eye.
Real Talk Menners all the way from Rhode Island. I was actually there this summer. It's nice out there. It's beautiful.
Oh, so he's in Rhode Island. He's not from Mentor, Ohio. He's from Rhode Island. He's just a mentor.
Jenny Frickle, below from Spartan, Michigan.
Ooh, Spartan, Michigan. I was up at Lake Ann, Michigan for 2 years working for a nonprofit organization as I was working on my master's degree as well. It's cold up there.
Susan Seifert wants to know, do you have the oven on with the door open? She has been for the past 2 days.
I have the Easy Bake oven open with the
keeping us warm.
That's what's keeping it. It's actually under the sheets in the bed right now, making sure everything is toasty. Once I get in, slide in. That Easy Bake oven will be on all night.
Manaf says it's 4:16 a.m. in Dubai.
What are you doing on the live feed at 4:16 a.m.?
And Wendy confirmed that she is from the UK.
Perfect. I thought you were, Wendy. I have a keen sense of the obvious when I see UK next to a name, that you're from the UK.
Darren Willagers, and I apologize if I butcher your name, says, just bought my first storage unit in South Carolina. I am now hooked.
Nice. Darren.
It can be addicting.
How much do you think you're going to make, Darren? What's your profit margin that you think you're going to make? You bought your first one. We just got another message today, which we'll share on Sunday. Somebody else bought their first one, and their wife wasn't all into it, but now that she saw the money that was made immediately, all in.
I'm one of those people.
I'm one of those people. Yeah, all in.
Alan McCohan says, hello, Jeremy and George.
Hello, Alan.
Real Talk Mentor says George is a cheap date. I am pretty easy to please.
She's easy to please, but by no means cheap date. This woman's expensive.
Scott says, I'm glad you guys are enjoying the cheese. Wendy says, you influenced me. I bought 3 items to sell. They are on eBay. I think I priced them too high, but I can drop if need be. Yeah, feel it out. It's better to start off high. That way people can send you, if it's not in the auction format, people can send you offers, and you can always counter offer until you meet like in a happy medium spot.
And this is one of the things we'll be teaching with the tips and the tricks at the eBay training. When you price an item on eBay, always go high. Again, this is a system that works for me. Not everybody's going to agree with it. It's an idea. But whenever I'm selling something, I always price it higher than the actual amount I want to get it for. Because you have to put yourself in the mentality of the buyer. The buyer wants a deal, right? So if George is my buyer, I price this set of glasses at $100. But really what I want is $75. She sees it priced at $100. She wants a deal. Now if you accept an offer, or you accept offers on eBay, George, what would you offer me for this set of glasses? I have them priced for $100.
$100?
She's going to make me an offer.
I'm going to lowball you.
She's going to lowball me. What are you going to offer me?
And what kind of frames are these?
These are exclusive 3D frames.
Because you wore them and you touched them?
Yeah.
I would offer you $50.
Okay, she offered me $50. So we started at $100. She offered me $50. My goal is to get her to $75 because that's what I wanted in the first place. Remember, she wants a deal. I want to make $75. I'm going to counter offer at $90. And then she's going to counter offer at
55.
Now she's 55. Okay, I'm going to counter offer at 85. She's going to counter offer. Remember, there's 5 counter offers in eBay.
4. They reduced it to 4, didn't they?
It's still 5 counter offers.
Okay.
Or, well, 4 counter offers, 5 offers total.
Total, okay.
So she's going to, you see what I'm saying? We're going to go back and forth. We're going to barter.
Yeah.
Eventually, we'll get the 75.
You're going to tit for tat.
Okay, so she'll get him for 75, and she's thinking, yeah, got him for a deal. She's happy. I sold them for 75. Went, yeah, got exactly what I wanted for them. I'm happy. That way, both the seller and the buyer are always happy. That's how I approach pricing things.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, when I price high, it still sells for buy it now because people are impulse purchasers.
That's what it shifted to.
eBay has completely shifted towards impulse buys. And so if I price it at 100, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to get it, no questions asked. And I just sit there and go, I can't believe somebody paid me for that. So don't be afraid to price high, Wendy.
Yes, keep us posted too once you do sell your item. Teresa Wilson says grapes and cheese are my favorite snack too. You can't go wrong with grapes and cheese.
No, that's a great combination. You actually opened my eyes to that.
Yeah, green grapes.
Yeah, green grapes are her favorite. Green grapes.
Thrill the Hunt says, I'm working on a video here soon after I manage to get some moving around room, LOL. No more saves, but I did get a unit for $10 recently and another just given to me. I made $45 off of it so far. That's good.
That's profit. Okay, you got it for $10 and the other one for free, $45. So you're at 350% profit already.
Not bad. Not bad.
How can you go wrong? There's no other investment, okay, that I know of. There's no other investment that you can make the return on investment that you can with a storage unit. If you profile correctly, if you purchase correctly, and then you resale instead of holding on to it. That's the key. You can't hold on to it. It has to sell. It has to go.
All right. Vivian says Jeebus is also snowed in / iced in. Probably Taco Stacks is too. Check him out. He is as nice as you. I was testing out software earlier today. Hopefully the live feed is much clearer than it was on Sunday.
Which is one of the reasons why we're live feeding right now.
Today.
We actually are testing our live feed yet again.
Yes. So I hopped onto Jeebus's live Q&A and
we had some fun with that.
We had fun with it. I could only stay on for 10 minutes and then I hopped off.
Which
I think that was his first live Q&A, right?
I'm not sure. Jeebus and Amber will actually be visiting in February. We have plans for another collaboration. So
yes.
For those who enjoyed the first collaboration, get ready. There's another one. Holy Jeebus 2. Coming soon to you.
And then there's going to be an Amber and George takeover.
That's going to be awesome.
Real Talk Mentor says, I had a rough upbringing and like to mentor young adults.
That's phenomenal.
So he has a passion just like you, mentoring for people.
I've done
it is rewarding.
Tremendous amount of mentoring. Absolutely love it.
Jenny Frickle says, I have 2 storage units and there is silver in it. You would find lots of treasures in theirs. Yeah, that's the whole fun of getting storage units. It's part of the
treasure hunt. It's the thrill of the hunt. See what I did there? Thrill of the hunt.
Ian Wallace says, hey y'all, love watching y'all.
Sending love right back to you.
Maggie Jenkins says, hi, have you thought of doing follow-up videos from finding unit to actual sale on your platforms? I am also from the UK. We do have a lot of UK viewers, so hello to the UK. Yeah, we've thought about it from like beginning to middle to end.
One of the future videos that you're going to see is we're gonna record an auction, buy a unit, and we're gonna take one item from that unit, and we're gonna follow it from purchase to sale, completion. But that video is going to take a tremendous amount of space. So when creating these videos, if you don't create videos on a normal everyday basis, then it's kind of hard to understand what it takes to do that. And number one is storage space. And so when you get a video and you have all of this space, you have limited storage space. Where do you put all of this if you're trying to create other videos and this, that, and the other thing? Not only that, you also have a normal, you have to live a normal life. And
work-life balance.
Work-life balance is out of control right now.
Yeah.
Get up, YouTube. Go to bed, YouTube. Fall asleep, YouTube. She's dragging me, making me just... I fall asleep on the couch 2 nights ago. I fell asleep in your lap, didn't I?
Yeah.
I mean, literally just fell over and
instantly
out
started
like that.
snoring.
And then she told me I was snoring. So
when he snores, I plug his nose.
I wondered what was going on. So to actually give you follow-up, that's the first challenge, storage space in equipment, making videos. The second challenge is this. I have units that I'm still selling stuff from 4 years ago. And so to give you a follow-up to buy a unit, I don't just buy a unit and take a couple items from a unit and then, throw everything away. I have things that have a tremendous amount of value. I consider it an actual bank. If I were to put my money in the bank, I'd get no interest right now. So I have my money invested in items that grow in value, whereas my money in the bank would do nothing in value except just sit there. And so some of those items, I wait till the timing is right. Some items sell better during different seasons of the year. Some items are going to sell better during movie releases. For example, I have a ton of Rudy Ray Moore items right now. And Eddie Murphy is coming out with Netflix, a brand new Rudy Ray Moore documentary movie. And so the timing is hot. And so I haven't sold any of those things except to a private party, which will be shared with you sooner or later. And all the leftover items will go on eBay immediately when that movie comes out. So timing can be extremely important as well, which then you go, all right, well, can you give us follow-up on all that stuff? It becomes difficult in the platform of how we film and the lack of storage.
What we could do is take the 3 items that we narrowed down during our thrift video, if you watched our thrift video, and we can give you an update that way. So
long-term goals, what we want to do is travel state to state to state out of the camper. We want to go meet subscribers. We want to go to the auction with the subscribers, buy a unit for the subscriber, take 3 items from the unit, give the rest of the unit to the subscriber, and then show you follow-up as we sell those 3 items as we're on the road. So what would happen is we'd go, buy, take 3 items. Next episode, you'd see what we sold, but we'd buy again. Next episode, you'd get follow-up on those 3 items. But we're a little bit of a ways from that long-term goal.
Definitely a great suggestion. We'll definitely do it. Thrill of the Hunt agrees that reseller's life is a crazy, crazy life. It definitely keeps you busy. Denver White says, we were just watching Jeebus and they were talking about you guys. You were funny together. Love your videos.
We did have a ton of fun.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun. Alan Moken says, I have a question for you. How do you find storage auctions? Do you find them on storage websites only, or are there other options available? You usually just refer to websites.
Well, I usually refer most people to websites because that's the easiest thing for you to get started with. All the information is at your fingertips. The other thing that you need to know is not everybody has an auction that they actually promote on a website. So, for example, auctionzip.com, every time you see an auction promoted on there, I think it's $30 now, that the auctioneer or the business has to pay for that listing.
Yeah.
So there's money that they're spending. So a lot of them will do it and a lot of them won't do it. Mm-hmm. So the other thing you can do is you can call your local auctioneers and say,
put on a list.
Will you put me on your mailing list and tell me when you have storage unit auctions? The other thing you can do is call your local storage auction businesses. Their numbers are advertised all the time. They're selling space, and say, hey, when do you have storage unit auctions, and will you contact me and let me know when you're having them? So you can do that as well. Get to know those individuals. Now, there are businesses here in Wooster, Ohio. There's one business, huge guy owns. Actually, there's a video of him in one of my videos, and he tells you, I asked him, what's the weirdest thing as a storage unit business owner that he's found? And he tells you, an alligator, which he kept for a couple years. He's offered all of the units that I want that people don't pay for because he's done with auctions. He goes, I just don't want to do it anymore. If you'll come in and take all the stuff, you can have it all and just clean them up for me. How would you like that deal? Huh? It's all free. You don't have to pay a single thing. So, not a bad deal.
Susan Seaver says, no wonder why George is cold. Turn the real oven on and open the door. We do have a fireplace, a wood fireplace. We also have a fake fireplace that we keep on all the time.
The fireplace is on. The heaters are on.
I'm just a freeze baby.
The
I get
furnace
cold
is on. She freezes like crazy, and I burn up.
He's my furnace, so it's hard in the mornings to get up because he's nice and warm and it's cold. But I'm always cold. Ian Wallace says, I collect swords, George. That's awesome.
Should be William Wallace if you collect swords.
Mark Smith says, good video training. Darren Terwilliger paid $30 for 2 units and have made over $200, not counting what I kept.
Wow.
That's great.
Darren, amazing. What did you keep? Just out of curiosity, because people ask us all the time, do you keep anything? And honestly, everything in my house is actually from a storage unit. So there are things I actually have kept, and we'll share those with you in a future video. We're going to do a crib style video, and we're going to share some of those things that we actually keep. But I'm curious, what have you kept? So you bought the units. What's at home with you?
Yeah, what do you guys like to keep from the units? Ralph Cooper hopped on. He says, hello, everyone. 4 degrees in West Virginia.
Yeah, West Virginia. Mountain Mama.
West
take
Virginia's
me home.
a neighbor, a touching neighbor.
Loved West Virginia. Spent 2 years in West Virginia. So my undergrad degree was from a college in West Virginia. I did a double major. I did a 4-year double major. Believe this or not, I did it in 2 years. In 2 years. I doubled it all up. And for those who think I'm crazy, yes, I was crazy, but I still graduated with highest honors. I was really, really lucky. I made it through, even though there were some points I thought there was no way I was going to make it through. I was able to get it all done.
A couple people said they never got notification. We are trying out new software, so hopefully tonight's feed is much better. But I haven't figured out how to send out the notifications like we usually do on Sundays. But I'm slowly learning, so hang tight, guys. Scott Smith wants to know, have you guys ever bought Amazon returns? I have seen some videos, but I'm still torn on if it's worth it.
Okay, Scott, Amazon returns, you know how I feel about them.
He's not a fan of them, but I'm intrigued as well because he mentioned that they're open box items or items that are returned, correct?
So basically, in a nutshell, yes, I have bought. I've bought $8,000 worth of returns. I filled an entire box truck. I used to have a box truck, liftgate, the whole deal, when I lived down in Millersburg. And the work that you put into it, okay? Because think about it. It's a return. Why did somebody return it? And if anybody's done anything in retail, in customer service, you know people take advantage of your return policy. So number one reason why somebody returns something.
We gotta wrap it up soon.
You bought it. They took the part that they needed, then they took it back and went, sorry, it's defective, doesn't have the part.
So it's got its pros and cons. Pros is you could sell parts online. People will buy certain parts. So that's the pro of it.
If you want to sell parts, then I would encourage you to do it. That doesn't mean everything is going to be missing parts. And that doesn't mean everything's going to be broken, although things are going to be broken.
So if you're okay with selling pieces and parts, then definitely go for it.
Can be clearance items as well. Just me personally, I don't enjoy it. I enjoy the storage units because generally speaking, there's a higher profit margin, but I also enjoy the hunt. It's all about the treasure hunt for me. So I enjoy that specifically.
All right, we got to wrap it up. Or do you want to keep going?
We can go, well, we started a little bit late too because of the technical difficulties. So we can go 10 more minutes.
Okay.
And then we'll get you all warmed up.
All right. Ben Hawk says, hello all from Ben Hawk.
What's up, Ben Hawk?
Big Fat Bong rips cheers from Oregon.
Big Fat Bong!
TX1 Rogue says, George is even prettier on TV. Aw, thank you. James Vita says, I bought 6 lockers this week, and I can't empty them out because of the negative 47 wind chill. My goodness, where are you? Negative 47?
Man, and 6 units. So is the business facilities, they giving you extra time, James?
Yeah, they
I would
should.
hope. Most managers
try to negotiate with them.
Most managers of the facilities, they're just thrilled that you bought it and you're getting it all out because it costs them money when they're not renting the space out, and it costs them money if they have to hire somebody to put everything in a dumpster. And if it doesn't sell, that's where it goes. It goes in a dumpster, it goes in a landfill. Most of those managers and those business owners, they will be extremely flexible with you. In my realm and in my experience, they're always flexible. Some will give me even up to an extra month because I buy so much quantity.
Just bat your eyes and give them charm and they'll...
It helps if you have a George. George, go sweet talk that dude.
Anna M says, hello and greetings from Germany. What time is it there in Germany? Thrill the Hunt says, I ended up losing all my footage when a restore was done on my other laptop.
Oh,
so hence
no.
the reason no videos. I'll tell you what, it's been such a crazy ride thus far.
I bet.
Hopefully it's fun. Joe Matter says Amber and Jeebus also do live stream when they dumpster dive.
Jeebus and I actually talked about the dumpster diving. So for
Isn't
Jeebus...
he trying to get away from that?
Yeah, number one, he's getting away from it. Number two, the other thing is, in his area, it's not illegal to dumpster dive. Whereas in our area in Ohio...
From state to state, it varies.
So you can be prosecuted because it's considered theft. So for Jeebus, what he does is he calls the police beforehand, says, I'm going to do this. Is this okay? Mm-hmm. And they go, it's not against the law, but if they tell you to get off the property, you have to leave because it's considered trespassing.
Yeah.
For us, I won't even do it. It's not to say that I haven't done it. First of all, if I did do it, I wouldn't be recording it and putting it up on YouTube in Ohio because...
It's illegal.
It's illegal.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see where things go there. So you got to be careful, know where you're at, know your laws, know the situations.
Jerry Stallnecker says, there's some storage auctions in Akron. Are you guys going?
When are they?
Have you seen any? You haven't seen any.
Well, there's not any on Auction Zip, but there are on...
Tell us how'd you find out about those Akron auctions, Jerry? Debbie Kendall says, hi, loves. Heart.
Sending hearts and love right back to you, Debbie.
Ian Wallace owns a real katana. Isn't that what I have up on eBay?
Yep.
A katana?
Yep, from Highlander. That's the Highlander one from your first unit for... No, that wasn't your first unit. That was the one I bought for 180.
Grumpy John says, hey, Jeremy, turn up the heat, you cheapskate. George is freezing.
Wait, hold a second. I have a 2,200 square foot house. I live in one room. If I could, I would shut all the heat off to the rest of the house.
I think what the problem is there's vault ceilings here in the room, so that's
they are
why
cathedral ceilings.
It's harder to keep warm. So.
All the heat goes up top.
Plus, I'm a freeze baby. Another UK viewer, Mitch Seymour. Mark Smith says, "Watch your videos when I can keep them coming."
We'll keep making them if you keep watching them.
Vivian wants to know, do you have a security system on your warehouse? I fear for your safety because you have a lot of stuff.
There is live feeding web cameras around the actual warehouse, and the warehouse is in not the best neighborhood. And so there was actually a tent city behind the warehouse. So there's a lot of trespassing with the homeless. And we had somebody come to the warehouse not too long ago. And
we've had a few YouTubers come there to buy things.
Yeah. So the security is camera system, and the secondary security is I'm 6'1", 200 and we'll say 200. We'll just say 200 pounds, and built like a brick house. So that's the secondary security. Third layer of security is normally I'm carrying.
Debbie Kendall wants to know what our eBay names are. Jeremy's is What the Hales, with or without a $sign.
No $sign. eBay won't let you put those characters.
And mine is Go to Hales.
Or Got O Hales.
Hopefully you can find it. If not, Debbie, look in any of our videos that we upload. If you click on the little description box, it includes his link, and then the ones with the merch on it, the What the Hales merch, is mine. Donnie Barron is on the live chat. How are you doing today? Donnie, you should have asked, how the Hales are you doing today?
She just scolded you, Donnie. Look at that.
Real Talk Matter wants to know, do you have a special place to get rid of mattresses?
Yes. I put them out on the curb. So garbage, in my area on the city, as long as I wrap them in plastic, and they make you wrap them in plastic, any couches, mattresses, you wrap them in plastic so bed bugs don't get transferred to the actual garbage man, and you can put them on any week. It doesn't matter the amount that you put out. Tons of tape, wrap it up, and it's out on the curb.
If it's windy out, especially around now with the wind chill.
But that's my area. So if we would have done it where George lives, they have a special bulk day, and she's more city, yeah. I'm more rural. You know, it all depends on where you live.
I'm in a development. So in my development, they have what is called bulk day, where it's every third Thursday of the month where you can put any bulk item, and they don't have regs where you need to plastic up mattresses.
Yeah.
So it varies from state to state, city to city.
Yeah, you just got to figure out what's going on locally. The other thing you can do is you can rent a dumpster and again, if you have a lot of bulk, if you're buying, for example, somebody just said that they bought 6 units. What I would do if I bought 6 units, I would actually rent a dumpster, have it dropped off at the storage unit facility, and then as I was hauling the good stuff, I would just fill the dumpster. Dumpster's going to cost you a couple $100. Mm-hmm. The profit is going to pay for it, and you don't have to mess around with it. Just all goes in the dumpster. That's the easiest, most convenient thing to do.
Random Biz Guy says, it's negative 50 outside right now with the wind chill here in the Midwest. Good night to curl up and watch some live Q&A.
Yeah! You want to watch live Q&A with me afterwards?
We will. We usually go back and replay our live Q&A just to kind of make sure that, kind of like quality control.
She rewatches it. I can't stand. You may find this hard to believe. I can't stand watching myself. As a matter of fact, I keep telling her, turn it down. I can't. I have to watch this stuff, edit it, put it together. I had to talk through it all. I don't want any more of it.
I'll go back and watch it as part of quality control. And then my favorite is...
You love the comments.
I love the comments that you guys leave in the chat box. And I love the comments that you guys write back and forth to each other. Because we can't always get to all the comments because we have limited time on our Sunday live Q&A. So the volume of people on the live Q&As is 3 times as much as what it is tonight. So it's hard to keep up with all the chats. So I go back and read that because
she'll put her earbuds in and then she'll just start and I'll be like, what? She's like, you'll never believe it what they said. And then she'll be like, I'm like, what? She's like, oh, these people are so funny. And don't when she says she doesn't have favorite YouTubers, don't believe that because she's like, this is my favorite. I love when this person comments.
Yeah, we do have a lot of subscribers that...
Your favorites aren't on tonight. I haven't seen them yet.
I just appreciate the sarcasm and the wittiness.
Wait,
because...
some of your favorites are on tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. We have seen them. You've mentioned things from them. Yep. Some of your other favorites aren't on yet. The answer is no.
Traverse Trish wants to know, do you two do retail arbitrage?
Nope.
What is that?
Reselling for others.
Oh, okay. That was a question. That was a question someone asked Sunday. Ian Wallace says, I've been wanting to buy units, but I never have any money for it. Well, we did, Ian, if you watched our thrift store video, we mentioned, like, if you don't have the funds to buy a storage unit, or maybe you may not have the space, start off small and go thrifting, and then just buy a couple items and resell them that way.
And here's how you do it with no money. Number 1, credit card, which I would never, ever encourage you to go into further debt than you already are. But when you have a credit card, you have a 30-day billing cycle. So if you find 3 items that you know have value and will resell on eBay within 30 days, you buy the items, you place them on your credit card, you immediately post them on eBay. You are going to sell them within those 30 days. You've made money. You've made profit. When you get your 30-day billing cycle for your credit card, you pay that off. And now what you've done without any money, you purchase items, you resold items, you made profit, you have the money to pay off what you actually bought. And now you have money to invest to buy more things. That's how you get out of the rat race. That's how you continue to generate income for yourself. So I'll never accept the excuse of I don't have any money, because there's always a way for you, for me.
Start small. Yeah.
We can all do this.
Set a small budget, make that profit, use that profit to buy more, and then eventually you'll make enough to buy a unit. Robert Rumor says Fargo is negative 22. Wind chill is negative 35. Whoa. The electric company has asked people to turn down their thermostat and put on some socks and hoodies. Transformers heating up and causing outages in the area.
Got my hoodie. Remember when my power went out?
Oh my gosh.
Let's hope that doesn't happen.
The one day your power went out and I saw a big light explosion.
Well,
and then
we were on FaceTime.
And I'm like, what was that?
We were on the phone and we were on FaceTime, and my power already went out, and then there were explosions. There's a 20-foot. My bedroom has a 20-foot wall of window. I mean, the entire wall is windows,
so that the moonlight can come in.
And so they were open, and she saw the explosions from the phone when we were on FaceTime, and the transformers were blowing up everywhere.
And I've never seen that before. I've never experienced that before, so it was scary.
That's one of the reasons why this room is so cold as well, because an entire wall is nothing but windows. What do you think? One more question and then...
Yeah. Tommy Garrett says, your little friend in the last video was awful. A lot of people loved him, surprisingly.
We got a lot of comments and a lot of likes.
Cindy Loves Jewelry says, hi, George and Jeremy.
Hi, Cindy Loves Jewelry.
63 degrees in Vegas, Art Bell. Lucky you, Art.
Man alive.
What we would do to be in Vegas right now.
Wait, does that say negative 65? Oh, that's Robert said negative 65.
The windshield. Yeah.
Okay, 63 in Vegas.
Anna and M says it's 1:40 a.m. in Germany. Debbie, she found our eBay links.
Oh, great.
Madonna Horton says, hello, George and Jeremy. Hope the weather has gotten better. Any new storages to go by? Love y'all. You make my day. I've learned a lot.
So glad that you're learning. That's why we do it. One of the purposes is to educate, equip you, encourage you. You can do it.
Northwest RC Club hopped on. Awesome to see you guys. Smiley face.
Better to see you.
Susan Seaford says, Jeremy, thank you for the encouragement to buy a storage unit so that I can find a man and capitalize man.
She read your comment today. She starts cracking up. She's like, this lady wants to find a man. So then she goes, well, what does she mean? Does she mean a man or like the blow up man?
There's some single men that go to the live auction, so it could go either way.
Most of those single men that I see at the auctions.
Junkman says, get a shop dog. Oh, they'd be too cold because
that dog wouldn't survive.
The warehouse is basically like
the warehouse has electricity for lights, and that's it. No heat, no nothing, and it's not my building, so can't do anything to it. Can't alter it. That's not part of the lease.
Yeah, someone suggested putting in a
wood burner, which would be great.
But
that'd be one way to get rid of the junk. Shove that mattress in! Get a couch! Come on, George!
Yeah, but the landlord may not be okay with that.
Yeah, probably not. Once it all burns down, I lose everything.
Dunsboy 1000 says, you mentioned a storage auction site the other night that I had not heard of. Could you list them again? What did we list? Locker Fox?
Okay, so first of all, auctionzip.com will find you auctions anywhere.
That's probably the biggest platform.
Okay, and then online, if you want to just bid online on some storage units, storagetreasures.com is the biggest one. Lockerfox.com is probably number 2. You've got bid13.com, which is kind of going to rank in there as well. And then you've got storageauctions.com, which there's nothing in my area on there. That's up and coming. But that's just 4 out of... I mean, there's tons of them. The best way to find them in your area is to Google them. But you're probably going to find the majority of them on the largest platform, which storagetreasures.com was the first one that came out. So that's your larger platform. They have more promotional. But lockerfox.com is doing a lot of promotion right now, trying to get their name out there too.
Ian Wallace says he's 6'1", 325 build.
You sound like my youngest brother, except he's like 6'5", 325. He's a monster.
Are you hiring for bodyguards?
I could use a couple bodyguards. Not my body to guard. The one that I'm worried about is I'm worried about her.
Mick Painter says, what's your opinion for selling on Etsy? Ex Julie.
You know my opinion. Do you want to give your opinion?
On Etsy? Mm-hmm. I don't know much about Etsy. I never sold anything online until I met Jeremy when he taught me 2 months ago on how to sell on eBay. I'm familiar with some of the smaller...
You know my Etsy opinion. She does. Don't let her fool you. She does know my opinion.
I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. My memory's going bad. All I know is that he's a fan of eBay.
Okay,
he's a fan of eBay because it's the largest platform and because you can ship internationally.
So that platform is the biggest. When you open yourself up to the volume of buyers, you increase your income. And so that's why I tell you eBay. And those who don't like eBay will go, oh no, the percentage they take. Okay, they take 10%. Let's say
Amazon takes how much?
It
40%?
all depends on how, up to 40%. It all depends on how you actually sell the item.
Oh, if you do like a prime item.
So, for example, let's say I take an item and I sell it on Etsy, right? And let's say I take that item and I sell it for $40 on Etsy. But I take that same item and I can get $100 on eBay because of the large scale platform. Well, I can't complain that eBay took 10%. I made more than eBay even took than I would have made on Etsy. So the profit margin is there. It's profit.
Yeah, so depending on what you're selling, if Etsy works for you and the type of items
Etsy's
that
more
you're
of
selling,
homemade clothing.
Yeah.
This is small, local. I'm making these things, jewelry and stuff like that, which is great. It's a phenomenal niche. But I still,
for you, it wouldn't be worth it for you because you don't
Oh,
make
not for
jewelry,
me.
you don't do all those things. You're more antiques, more vintage items.
Whatever I find in a storage unit. But even then, I would still, and again, anything I say, you can't take what I say as gospel truth. The only thing you can take as gospel truth is the actual gospel truth, okay? What you get from me is ideas and a system that works for me. It doesn't necessarily mean it will work for you. You have to take the principles and apply them to your situation. Normally what I say when I train people is take everything I vomit out on you, sift it, let all the dirt and the rocks and the stones fall to the ground and find the nuggets of gold and go, I got something. I got a piece of gold. I can use this. And so that's what I would encourage you as well, is find the nuggets of gold in all the suggestions in the system that we share.
Mitch Seymour says he imports saw parts from China and he has an eBay shop. Company name is metasaw.com, started on eBay 16 years ago and still going strong. He loves eBay. That's great. Hopefully you get another 16 plus years for you, Mitch.
10 minutes ago, you were like, all right, should we wrap it up? I was like, okay, you're not, all right, we'll wrap it up whenever you want to wrap it up.
We'll do an hour.
Okay, she wants to keep going.
Sam Kinnison says, you haven't found any Gillette razors in those storage units, Jeremy. What the Hales?
Wait, hold a second. Do you want to tell them?
What's he trying to say, that you need to shave?
Apparently.
Oh.
But why is this even on my face?
Because I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for a man with facial hair.
So, I adjusted my look for her. I used to be clean shaven, but
I didn't like that look on him. I do like the 5 o'clock shadow look on you.
I like the 5 o'clock shadow look on me,
So we
too.
both came to an agreement, because he said it itches too much, that he can trim once a week and bring it down to like a 5 o'clock shadow.
Can I at least strum?
Northwest RC Club says, what the Hales is this? A midweek live treat for us. How the Hales you both doing? I'm so glad that you got those tires replaced on the trailer, Jeremy.
That was wild. I had no idea I had that blowout. There's no way that happened in the driveway.
I noticed it the next morning.
Yeah, she's like, hey, why's your trailer so low? I was like, I don't know. It's loaded down.
And then his tire was shredded.
It was crazy.
Shredded. It was beyond shredded.
No clue.
Fix the flat. Wouldn't have fixed that.
I don't know how I got home. Guardian angel. That's the only thing I could come up with is God was watching over me yet again.
Cindy loves jewelry. Love your videos. I'm from Arkansas. Robert Robb says, well, hello, George. Can I get a high five? Yes, you can, Robert. Yes, you can. Jody Turner, hello. James Vita says 6 units at 4 different locations. I'm used to it.
Nice. James, when you get the 6 units at the 4 different locations, when you dispose of garbage, do you get a dumpster, or how do you typically take care of your garbage, or do you just haul it to the dump? What do you do?
Jim K says, I love seeing you two together.
Thanks, Jim. We love seeing each other together too. We love being seen together.
Marcus Lewis says Jeebus found a better man. Sorry, Jeremy.
I did see that video. No, he found a not a model. What do you call him? A dummy for clothing in one of his units.
Junkman says the crowds at the auction smell like cigarettes and mothballs.
Yes. They really do. They really do. And then there's always this tall, random, well-built guy with a camera filming everything at our auctions.
Misconstrued says a reporter tossed a cup of water into the air and it instantly turned into dust. That reminds me of a video you did.
I have a video, not on the channel, but it's a video that I did when I was running a Christian camp and conference center. I turned coffee into dust, Gatorade into dust. I turned a bubble into a piece of glass, and so it's pretty cool. I think it was Jay. Jay, if you look very, very closely, you'll find out the answer to your question. JK, I think it was.
It's selling reduced store items for yourself.
It's not. Wait, what is it?
The retail arbitrage. It's not consignment.
Jeremy, the retail arbitrage is not consignment. It's selling reduced store items for yourself. You're going to have to explain better than that, Trish, because you lost me.
Misconstrued wants to know, how do I figure out if something is a collectible? It depends on what the item is. I've found, look for any markings on there. If you don't have any markings, take a picture of it. I've been using both Google Image, and if you have an Amazon app, there's an image feature on there too. You could just take a picture of it and it usually tells you what it is. So
research.
You'll have to do the research. One of the most time-consuming thing with the resale business is the research, especially if there's no markings on it.
The easiest thing to do, eBay, punch it in the search and see if somebody's buying it.
Type in what you think it is, and then you'll probably come across some items that are similar. Good night, Wendy.
Sweet dreams, Wendy.
New Coin says, I'm a coin collector and I have seen some very nice coins you have found, and wow. Did you ever have any outcome on those coins? Do you have a coin guy yet?
I don't have a coin guy.
Or you used to have a coin
Half
lady?
of those coins are sitting in the garage by the garage door.
We're going to hang on to them.
All the money goes.
We're going to hang on to them.
And then the other half of them go in the office up above the safe.
JK wants to know, where is Midget Man?
That's why I answered JK.
Oh, he did?
JK, you'll find him.
Vivian wants to know, does the cold hurt the stuff in the warehouse? How about the heat? Jeremy, I think you are the nicest man I have ever seen.
Vivian, if anything at the warehouse would freeze, it could do damage. For example, I have washer and dryer set at the warehouse. If there's water in the lines in the washer, it could freeze and that could do damage. Lines could explode. So you have to be worried about liquids. As far as heat's not going to do too much damage into the warehouse. I'd be more concerned about moisture, humidity in the atmosphere. And Vivian, thank you so much for the compliment. Hopefully George thinks I'm the nicest man she's ever met.
She said, George is a keeper. Love you both. Patricia O'Brien says, I hate to admit it, but I love how crazy Jeremy acts. The crazier, the better. He is entertaining and educational. I tell him all the time that he's just on a different level of cray-cray.
Would you believe that I used to get paid for it? So, if you've ever gone to a conference or to a seminar or anything like that, that's what I used to do for a living. So I ran a camp and conference center, 400 beds. And so I would run events. Think of it this way. Put a hotel and a restaurant and an amusement park all together. That's what I did for a living. That was what I was doing. And helping establish those things all over the world even. So that was my world travel. And got paid for being what you call crazy. Just got paid for being me.
BMX Life says, you guys make a great couple. Junkman wants to know, are you looking at a live chat or a top chat? I'm actually looking like when it first starts. So I'm trying to be fair, kind of like a first come, first serve, and then working my way down. It's hard to keep up with all the chats coming through, but we do need to wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed our bonus live, and hopefully you guys will register for our eBay training.
Are we going to sing them a goodbye song?
I don't know any goodbye songs, but we can try.
How
I can turn on my light and...
What about... Wait, I have one. What about... I have one. I got it. Okay. You know this one. All right. This is your goodbye song for them.
All right, I got my light.
You are my sunshine. You know this one.
But they don't want to hear me sing. You guys don't want to hear me sing.
Sunshine.
I'm so tone deaf.
You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, YouTubers, how much we love you. Please don't take our sunshine away.
Sing along, everyone.
Ready? Here we go.
Sing along.
Are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Make me happy when skies are gray.
Someone said to sing to the midget man.
Yeah. No, dear, how much I love you, midget man. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Terrible. I told you I'm terrible. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you for our regular Sunday live Q&A, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you again for tuning in. Blow 'em kisses.
I mean, come here.
Virtual hugs.
No. Okay.
All right, I'm going to go turn it off.
All right.
Say goodbye. Farewell.
Goodbye. Farewell. Da 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 da.